What's up, y'all? It's your boy Justin Worst. You've clicked on the thumbnail of 5 guns that every citizen should own. Now, I did a spinoff from Eisenhower's Tactical. We'll link him down below in the description, along with everybody else that's jumped on this trend of the 5 must-have guns of every citizen, right? Every law-abiding citizen, okay? We ain't talking to none of those crazies. Anyway, so I did a little spinoff. The 5 guns that I think every citizen should own, but I did it based off of your average Joe or, you know, your first-time gun buyer. If you were to go out and buy 5 guns, the 5 guns that I believe that you should own, and I did, you know, my version, and then kind of what I had on hand. You don't have to go out and get the most expensive thing. You don't have to get the most cheapest thing. You don't have to get the exact same thing that I got. But if this is the video you're looking for, something in the realm of what I talk about is what I would suggest. Now, I am no professional, by no means, but I am the average Joe. And I'm just giving you my experience from these firearms and my, you know, what I would do in this scenario. There's going to be a lot of other great 5 gun videos that are out there, and like I said, I'll link them all down below. So if you want to compare and contrast, if this is your first time buying a gun and you want to go out and get the 5 guns that you can't live without, stay tuned. Appreciate y'all. The reason why I am shooting this video in the floor with some blankets is because I had to get it in a safe environment, and all these firearms have been safety checked before the filming of the video, and there is no one in the vicinity of harm, a range of harm. That's, like I said, that's why I'm in the floor with blankets, because it's what I gotta do right now. We just moved, y'all, so I'm a little chaotic right now, but we gonna get there. That's why it looks like I ain't slept in 6 months, because I ain't, y'all. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Hey guys, let's go ahead and check the clear on our first weapon here, the pistol. The pistol should be number 1 of your top 5 must-have guns for every firearms owner in America or anywhere else, wherever you're allowed to own firearms. So we are clear. Nothing in the mag well there, and nothing in the chamber. The first gun that you should have is a pistol. So let me set this here to the side. This is a polymer striker fire pistol. I believe it is a Glock 17 clone. It is the Springfield Echelon. So let's set this here to the side. And let's check clear on our other handgun here. All right, so we are clear. Nothing in the chamber. Now, this was a very hard decision for me. I really wanted, with everything in me, to go with the pistol that was a revolver. But because, you know, you pull the trigger, it goes bang. Nothing special. With your polymer striker fire, you know, obviously you have to rack, you have to load a magazine. It is a little bit more complex for someone who is not very, I guess, very equipped to use a pistol. And I feel like this video should be, you know, for the all-around gun owner, someone new and someone old in the experience category. But I really wanted to grab the revolver for that reason. You know, because your average person just starting out in firearms is going to be more proficient with a revolver. Pull the trigger, bang, right? You got single action. So we've got it cocked. Let's go ahead and prove clear one more time. We have it cocked. Single action here. Double action. Right? So you pull the trigger, it goes bang, right? Pretty self-explanatory. But as I thought it over a little bit, I thought about the fact that you may need a duty pistol, right? And not saying that you can't use a revolver as a duty pistol, but with the magazine capacity of a polymer striker fire pistol, I feel like it is the better choice as a duty all-around pistol. Now, if I was to pick a revolver, it would be the Taurus Judge. The reason why I would pick the Taurus Judge is because of the versatility, as it takes 410 and 45 long Colt. Let me set this to the side and show you what I'm talking about. So, hang on one second, guys. I had this in my pocket. So this is your 410 shotgun shell. So I can get the camera to focus. Yes, this is your 410 shotgun shell. This is a slug. I believe there's 3 pellets in this one. Then we also have the 45 long Colt. So it's a pretty big round, much larger than a 9mm. This is a real man's caliber, right? At least that's what the FUDs would tell you. I think they all put holes in people, so I'm not too concerned about the size of the bullet. Either way, let's zip that back up, so that way those cannot be accessed. But the first gun that a person should have would be a polymer striker fire pistol. Now, if this was a survival scenario and not just your basic 5 guns, I would say to go with a Glock 19, because of a Glock 19, or there's a few other Glocks that take just about all the mags. I personally like a Glock 45 because it is a 17 slide with a 19 grip. Now, don't quote me on that, because I could be saying the wrong Glock number. All the Glocks are, I don't understand why they number them the way they do. And I think the most obvious is the AR-15, or the Armor Light 15. This one is a C-Boy 15, which is a Country Boy Arms. They are local to the state of Georgia. This rifle is clear, no magazine in the chamber, or excuse me, no magazine in the mag well. This one, I have outfitted it with a red dot, which of course the battery's dead because I am a moron and don't change my batteries. But we have backup irons that co-witness, right? This is a, I guess you would call it an M16 style with the front post, the A2 post, I guess is how you call it. I'm not a connoisseur. I am a hoarder of firearms, so I can't be for sure on how you would go about labeling this one, but I do believe it is a M16 style. It is has a quad rail, but basically your AR-15 is gonna keep you out of a lot of shit, right? And it can be used as a multi-purpose rifle. You can hunt with this rifle. You can protect your home with this rifle. You can protect your freedom with this rifle. It is a multi-purpose rifle. You don't have to get a C-Boy Arms AR-15. They do run about, I think this one actually runs around $1,100 or $1,200 MSRP. But I do have a lot of $500, $600 rifles that work just as well. I mean, I wouldn't say just as well, but I would say they all do the same job, right? They spread freedom seeds. So, but if you're gonna have you an AR, you need to put you a sling on it. This is a cheap little Amazon sling. I do have a little bit of extra furniture on it that I upgraded from factory, with a Hogue grip and a Hogue buttstock here. The red dot is not necessary, but I will say that it does make life a little easier. But I would have the backup iron sights, so that way you can not be like me and when your battery goes dead, you can still stay in the fight. I do plan on upgrading this red dot. I'm probably going to take this red dot and put it on another, probably going to put it on the another gun that I'm about to show you in the video. But every citizen, every law-abiding citizen should have an AR-15. All right, guys, the next firearm that everyone should own is a shotgun. I think this one speaks for itself. This also has multiple uses. You can hunt, you can sport with this rifle, you can shoot clays, you can protect your home. Now, this is also a very, very easy weapon to maneuver and manipulate. A lot of people who are scared of firearms own a shotgun. A shotgun is something that is a deterrent for intruders, right? If you're not using it as a hunting tool. A lot of people do use it as a hunting tool. I actually deer hunt with this one from time to time, and I duck hunt and turkey hunt with this green one. The green one is a Stoeger M3500. And then we also have the Remington Model 870 here. I think just about everybody has a Model 870 Remington. It is America's rifle as well, just like your AR-15. It is a very iconic shotgun, but proved clear, nothing in the tube. We also have nothing in the chamber. So if I was to choose either one of these, I would choose the semi, and I will give you my reason for that here in just a second. The 870 here is a pump. Now this sound is quite iconic, right? You know, how many people are not gonna tuck tail and run when they hear that, right? Yeah, that's the sound of, oh shit, I better run. So the reason why I'm gonna choose the semi over the pump is because I personally feel like the pump has, it is harder to manipulate, right? Now, if we're talking about all people, your average people, your seasoned veterans, I think for bang for your buck and ease of use, there's a lot of factors that go into it, right? And I'm sure that y'all come up with a few more in the comment section, but I'm choosing the semi-automatic over the pump all day long. Okay, this rifle is also clear, nothing in the tube, nothing in the chamber. So with just a tad bit more practice, this gun is going to be much easier to manipulate, much easier to put shots, you know, on target, right? Once you've racked your first round, just as if you had a pump shotgun, once you've racked your first round, this one here, you're just pulling the trigger. And then once she's empty, you're loading more up. Now, as with the pump, you're racking it each time. So I think that factors into my decision of ease of use for the user. They both are a racking mechanism, right? So, but with the semi-automatic, you're racking one shot, and then the rest they're hauling ass right behind them. So for me, bang for your buck, I'm choosing the semi-automatic shotgun. Like I said, this one is a Stoeger 3500 or MS 3500. I do use it for turkey hunting and duck hunting. It's a great shotgun, great all-around shotgun. It's not very expensive. I want to say this one is under about 5 or 6 MSRP. When I got it, I'm sure they probably don't sell them brand new in this model anymore. Now you are probably going to pay a little less for the pump, but bang for your buck, like I said, the semi is what I'm taking. I feel like it's just as easy to learn how to use. It has a few extra features that are going to get you the win. All right, y'all, we're getting close to the end of the list here. We got number 4 coming in as a higher caliber bolt action rifle, right? I say higher caliber, I don't mean nothing crazy. This isn't a 50 BMG. This is a 350 Legend. So we are clear. No magazine in the gun. Right? She's clear. Bolt is back. So I'm taking the bolt action rifle, and I'm gonna take it in a medium grade caliber, higher grade caliber, basically something that could take large game. Every citizen should own one of these so they can put food on the table, right? Here in the South, we fill our freezers with animals, right? Some people can call that whatever they want to call it, but that is how we feed our families here in the South. Now, mainly, we're filling our freezers with deer meat or wild boar. We could take turkeys with these. Well, no, we can't take turkeys with these. But we can take, you know, all sorts of things, right? And this is going to be what you need for your large game, right? Or your medium-sized game. In Georgia, we don't have any elk or moose or anything like that. But you can also use this as a longer range weapon in a time of need, right? I feel like, personally, if you've watched any of my other videos, or if you watched my last video, not my last one, the one before that, where we were talking about grab 3 guns and run, right? I personally think that when, you know, SHTF happens, we're not going to be out looking for trouble. We're going to be sitting in one location for however long we can survive there, and we're bouncing on. We're moving on once we're out of resources there. And I believe that we're going to be doing a lot of, you know, medium range, long range stuff, right? So I believe we'll be sitting in a lot of windows, taking care of business when this HTF happens. So every citizen should own them a bolt action rifle and a caliber that is large enough to take large game, right? And I'll tell you why I chose 350 Legend on this one, and for the reason why I chose it, right? So this is a 350 Legend, right? It's a pretty good all around cartridge. I mean, you're not gonna make a 1 mile shot with it, but 200, 300, 400 yards, probably even a little bit further. You could stretch it out if you had the practice, you had you know, wind on your side, and basically not many obstacles, right? So it's a good caliber. The reason why I chose it is because it's a straight wall cartridge, and if we're doing something for five must-haves for every citizen, right? A lot of states aren't free, like Georgia, where we get to do all kinds of cool stuff. We also get to constitutional carry. We don't need to ask permission to have a firearm on us at all times. But in some states, you're not allowed to take deer with anything but a straight wall cartridge. So I chose this for that reason. So everybody could be included, right? But the 350 Legend is a great straight wall cartridge for pretty much anything. You know, you could take smaller game with this. Obviously, I wouldn't shoot a squirrel in the head with this because you wouldn't have anything left. But you can take coyote, you can take boar, you can take deer, right? I've also heard people taking elk and moose. Well, I haven't heard of moose, but I've heard people taking elk with these. I know a lot of people up north take mule deer, which are, you know, a lot bigger than what we have down here in Georgia. With our whitetails, their bodies are a lot smaller. But I have heard people saying that they have taken elk with these, right? It's a great all-around cartridge. It's a straight wall, right? So everybody's included on this one. But every citizen should own a bolt action rifle. Number 5. We're getting here to the end. So 5, last but not least, I actually think this is a very crucial part to each person's collection, and that is a small caliber rifle. So I personally think you should have a small caliber semi-automatic over a bolty, right? So this one is chambered in 17 HMR, and this one is a single shot 22. This one is, the reason why it's in here, and it's a bolty, right, is because I don't have my semi 22 with me. And my oldest wanted me to give a shout out with hers. So this is hers. It's a Cricket 22 LR. She's so proud of it, y'all. She made me a proud dad the first day she shot it. It basically brought tears to my eyes. I kept the spent casing. I wrote her name on it. So I'm not getting choked up, y'all. I'm just something in my eye. And I got something in my eye. Either way, so this is hers, and it is a small caliber 22 rifle. She wanted a shout out, so here you go, baby. This one's for you. All right, so let's move on. So I chose the semi-automatic small caliber rifle for its versatility, right? Its ease of use and operation, its ability to take out small game. A 22 or a small caliber 22, 17, 22 Win Mag, they're gonna hurt whatever they hit. Some people seem to think that smaller calibers are just BB guns, but last time I checked the statistics, I do believe that smaller calibers take more souls each year than anything else. Not that I'm condoning that. I'm just saying statistically, I do believe that smaller calibers are the cause of more death each year. But I chose to choose the 17 HMR because I feel like it is about, first off, y'all do see we're clear. I felt like that was pretty obvious. But I chose the 17 HMR, and this one, we're currently waiting on sights for it. I do have a few 25 round magazines, but they're somewhere here, y'all. I'm moving, or I just moved, and everything's packed up. I got stuff here, stuff at the other place. I'm painting. I got water lines blowing out. I've been run through the ringer lately. But either way, I chose the 17 HMR because I do feel like it is a better choice than a 22 LR. I don't know that it's a better choice than a 22 Win Mag or 22, excuse me, I might be stumbling over my words, but that 22 Magnum, excuse me, I don't know why I keep calling it Win Mag. It may be a Win Mag. I'm just confused. It's late. But I chose it over the 17 over the 22 because I feel like personally it is a better overall caliber. I don't even think really 22 is in the same class as a 17. 17 really should go more up against the 22 Magnum. But to me, they are very similar comparison. Let's set this over here to the side. So as y'all see, it's a semi-automatic, right? And it is a smaller caliber rifle. So if you can look at the barrel there, obviously this is in a safe direction. It's not nowhere near my other extremities. But there's that. Let's get on to the comparison. So this is the comparison. These are both full. Well, this one's missing about 4 rounds. Now that we have everything in a safe distance away from us, we'll look at this ammunition. This one's missing about 4 rounds. But to me, I do feel like 50 rounds of 22 LR is heavier than the 17. I mean, they feel about, I mean, obviously this is 32 grain and this is 17. But let's go ahead and we'll open them up. So basically what I'm getting at with that is that the amount of rounds you're going to be able to carry with both is going to be the same. There's not going to be much of a difference in it. Now let's look at our pistols, or our rounds here, and you can kind of get an idea. So this is your 17 here, and this is your 22. So you're packing the same amount of rounds wherever you go, right? I don't think there's that much of a difference in how much the weight you could carry, or the size difference as far as carrying goes. But as far as the round itself, you tell me which one's doing more damage. I think it's pretty obvious. We can look at this here, and this is traveling at they're both varmint rounds. So this one is traveling at 1640 feet per second, and this one is traveling at 2550 feet per second. So I'm definitely going with the 17 HMR. I've also seen, I've taken coyote with both of these. I've taken smaller game with both of these, and I can tell you right now, when I hit them with this 17, I'm not worried about whether or not, you know, they're going to run away and survive. I hit them with a 17. I know that I just need to keep walking until I find them. I hit them with a 22. I'm like, yeah, well, that one probably got away. Most of the time. But, you know, like I said, these are still responsible. Smaller calibers are still responsible for more, you know, more lethality comes out of these smaller calibers each year. I do believe that was the last time I looked at the statistics on everything, but I'm definitely choosing the 17 HMR over the 22 LR. But like I said, it's not a comparable, they're really not comparable. I think your 17 is more comparable with your 22 Magnum, but that's my 5, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all leave a comment down below and tell me what your 5 are, or do at this and show us what your 5 are. See you guys.